All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of the Trashfire podcast.
I'm your host, Stuart, and this is my co-host,
Caleb.
Yeah.
So, Stuart,
Yeah.
what's going on today?
Do you ever get, hit with the roller coaster's semi-18-wheeler truck of emotion?
In other news, today is our last day recording in the booth,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I don't know how to feel. Well, I know how to feel about it. It's just the loss in quality.
It's probably it might be better.
Might be better.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, then we can have new hosts, new special guests from the lands of Discord.
Mm-hmm. We're going to be in Discord from now on.
Yeah.
So...
Unless we have a very special episode where we actually meet up by some...
We could do that.
Yeah.
Sometime when you visit.
Yeah.
Stuart's going back to Utah to be Mormon again.
Yep. Well, not exactly. I want to clarify. I'm going back to Utah to go to university. And I don't know how good of an idea it is, but I'm making it work.
Mm-hmm.
So, today is our last day of school.
Yeah, we're seniors and we're going to graduate.
So today I asked, during German, I asked to go to the bathroom, and then I left. And I think that was the last time I'm going to have to ask to go to the bathroom in a school setting.
Probably.
And that is fucking scary.
Not really.
I don't know. It's like the small things that trigger the waves of emotion where you're just like, Scheiße.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Caleb?
Oh, I'm here.
That was good.
Yeah.
Riff.
Stuart, we should actually talk about something.
We should.
This is gonna be.
Yeah, that was kind of a dark start.
Yeah. We're.
I felt dark. I don't know if that was properly.
Today's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's our last day in school.
Yeah, because all sorts of weird emotions that were kind of pushed down into our subconsciouses are kind of surfacing right now.
I'm not gonna miss the school, but I'm gonna miss the things that come with it. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss the consequences of being in school.
Yeah.
Like being with people every day and being not lonely.
It was weird.
It was weird. Okay.
Okay.
The American education system in review. Let's have some anecdotes from our schooling career in our remembrance for our time here.
Yeah. Do you want happy anecdotes or do you just want my anecdotes?
Let's have a range of anecdotes.
Because I have many a story to tell. So, do you want to start off on a high note or do you want to start on a bit of a lower note?
Flip a coin.
Flip a coin?
I've
got some coins in my pocket.
Look at this.
Okay.
There's a coin on the floor of this room. Okay. So we flip the coin. Heads equals happy. And that's
It's
tails.
All right. So, I've got plenty of these. What do you want to hear?
Elementary school.
Elementary school. I don't remember.
Middle school then. Middle school is the hotbed of
All right. So
tails.
Yeah, I didn't really do a whole lot in middle school. I could tell there's not stories that I really remember a whole lot of. Let's see. You got any stories from middle school while I try to think?
Okay, so I had my first kiss in 8th grade. This girl was like, "Hey, I like you," and I was like, "Whoa, I'm liked by someone. Whoa." And then we were like, okay, we're quote unquote dating now.
I see.
And then it was like, whoa, I have a GF. Wow. And then she was a good 5 inches taller than me, so I had to stand on a snow mound behind the portable classrooms, and we made out, and that was weird. And then we made out the next day, at the same time. It was a scheduled thing. We would make out every day after third period.
Okay.
And then she broke up with me through a letter.
A letter.
And then I mean we talked, and then she came out as came out as transgender. Now he's a guy, and I don't know. Like, I'm moving back to Utah. Maybe it will be a late night booty call one of these nights. But hey, who knows?
All right.
And that was my 8th grade story.
That's an 8th grade story?
Yeah.
Let's see. There are some stories to be had from 8th grade. I did IB back in middle school.
Okay.
And because basically I was bored with school the entirety of elementary school, and then like my mom was like, hey, maybe we should put you in IB. And so I went and I took a test and I got into IB at North Middle School. And that was before I knew the depths of the evil that is public education and IB to an extent.
Yeah.
So IB is, for those who don't know, International Baccalaureate. It's garbage.
The promise is that you'll graduate high school with a associate's or bachelor's degree.
I think it's an associate's.
Okay, you're supposed to graduate with your associates in terms of college credits. Cool. Thanks. Okay, bye. And it's like actually not a realistic thing, at least in America, because they don't actually like help you in achieving that goal, and it's just like the worst classes with
the classes require 3 times the effort for basically the same output of.
Yeah, like it's way better to take AP, because AP you'll actually have something more tangible and with less effort.
Yeah.
Like if AP has an hour of homework a night, IB has 3 hours.
Yeah. And unless you're planning on going to school in the UK, you're probably not going to get college credits for the majority of your IB classes.
Exactly. So, what was your story about IB?
So, I'm motivated, not very motivated. So, I don't like busy work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to the extent where if, like, I don't do busy work.
Yeah.
Because busy work is busy work, and if I know how to do it, why would I do it? And that's... Busy work is basically what IB is all about. Is you do the busy work, and you do the busy work the way they want it done.
Exactly.
And so, for a lot of middle school, I didn't do the busy work, because the busy work was a waste of my time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I had this one particular history teacher who didn't like that.
Yeah.
And, because history is all about, you know, going through the motions, memorizing dates and things, and I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And that was the first teacher who told me that I was never going to get anywhere in school.
Oof.
Yeah.
I have a weird story from 7th grade.
Yeah.
Like a kind of dark story. So my 7th grade math teacher, he was a creepy dude.
Yeah.
He made friends with all the 7th grade girls.
Oh.
And it was like creepy. He was chubby. Anyways, moving on. that was that anecdote. First grade. First grade is there's more. It's like a slightly funny story, but kind of infuriating. So my first grade teacher, let's call her Mrs. P.
Mrs. P.
She was a communist, basically.
Oh.
We were not allowed to have more than 2 pencils at a time. If our parents sent us with more pencils to school, she would take them and add them to the class pencil thing. So if kids didn't have more 2 pencils, she would give them out. It was communism, like super weird, and it was kind of angering. She was a communist, and that's that. But her teacher's aide, she was like an old bat. Let me tell you that. She's probably dead by now. Let me be honest here. And so the way my school was set up was there was the playground section and the field section of like where kids would have recess. And when Mrs. P was watching us at recess, we could just play like little first graders without a care in our heads. But when the teacher's aide was watching us, she would split up the time. Boys get the field one day, and girls get the playground, and vice versa the next day, and switch back and forth. And the majority of my friends were female at the time. So whenever I tried to talk to them at the edge of the field and playground, she would yell at me, and I felt demeaned.
Yeah. That sounds kind of... So you had a fascist for a TA and a communist for a...
Yeah, it was like, maybe Stalin and Hitler? I don't know. So yeah, what about any? Yeah, that was more dark than funny. I thought it was gonna be a little bit funny when I pulled out the communist, but
when you accused your teacher of communism.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like that has some comedic value, but after that, when
not with the delivery, our delivery is just too sad today. I think.
But like sometimes you need to listen to other people's problems so you can not feel alone.
Yeah, but you shouldn't try to fix them.
Yeah, so this is the You're Not Alone episode, I guess.
You're Not Alone. The You're Not Alone podcast. But that'd be a dumb podcast because that's not what our podcast is about.
I mean, this probably has this has the longevity of half a podcast at most.
Yeah.
Half an episode.
All right. So, Stuart, on a happier note, do you have any good stories from school?
Well, good stories from school.
Yeah.
I got a 5 on an AP test once.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
My U.S. government class was one of my favorite classes in all of my school career.
With Miss O?
Yeah, Miss O.
She was great.
She is great.
I had regular government with her.
Yeah, she's just the chillest teacher, and, like, not many people pay attention to her, and I feel like that's a little bit of a travesty.
Yeah,
she's worth paying attention to. If you do your work, you do good. She knows how to teach, but sometimes kids just don't want to listen, and that sucks. But it was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had in school. What was your favorite class?
My favorite class I've ever had. In high school, so far, it's been AP Chemistry, which I just finished up today. I'm gonna miss that class.
Pour one out for the homie, Miss M.
Miss M. Yeah, because, like, I had a lot of friends in that class, and they were good friends. And, like, we just we didn't really know each other. Actually, I knew a couple of them.
But your bonds were strengthened.
Our bonds were strengthened. It went from a carbon-carbon bond to a hydrogen-fluorine bond.
Oh, you should make a shirt. I mean, one of my favorite classes was German because I, like, really got to know you in that class and Hannah and Noah, our friends.
We tried to have them last week, and then the podcast just went real bad.
Yeah,
I still haven't uploaded the last episode.
Well, it will go up.
Yeah.
No one's like we don't have.
No one's gonna miss the podcast for a week.
Yeah. No one's like.
But it's.
Ooh, I'm gonna unsubscribe because they didn't upload this week.
Yeah. Because basically anybody who listens to our podcast, it's not the type of thing where you.
Like, of the people who listen to our podcast, I can name them by name.
There's 14 views on each episode now, actually.
14, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The first one has about 30.
Really?
Yeah.
Fancy schmancy.
I think some of those are from me, just...
Yeah, and just showing people.
I've gone on there a couple times just to grab the description.
And the link. I go there and just like, oh yeah, this is the first episode of the podcast I've been working on with Caleb. Here you go.
I really think that I don't like the first episode anymore.
I don't either, but it's part of us, whether we like it or not. It's like my blackheads. Yeah. They're not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere. Because, like, the thing is, we look back on that episode now and we're like, wow, that's not our podcast.
Yeah, it's not.
It doesn't even have the same feel.
Yeah, it was like an actual Trashfire.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like.
It's still a Trashfire, but it's a different.
But it has a different smell.
The first one, there were like. It was mostly plastic in the fire. And
now we're burning
now
newspapers.
There's like food and newspapers.
Yeah.
And the things that don't smell so bad give you cancer when you burn them.
Exactly. School. How do you feel about school water fountains?
They always taste nasty.
Yeah. But there's always one water fountain where it tastes a little less nasty than all the others.
Yeah.
There's always, like, every school has a best water fountain.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Which is the best water fountain, would you say, in our school?
I have to say I really like the one in Senior Hall.
Yeah, it's good. It's also refrigerated.
Yeah.
Which always makes it better. All right, Stu.
All right.
It's been a time.
It's been a time.
We got plenty of time. We can probably do an hour-long episode today.
We could, yeah.
This is gonna be the final day of school special. Okay.
Final day of school special. Number 2 pencils.
Number 2 pencils.
How many would you predict that you used over the course of your high school career?
I don't like number 2 pencils.
Me neither.
I like mechanicals.
I usually use
pens. I prefer pens.
I prefer pens.
If I'm drawing, I use a mechanical, and if I'm not drawing, I'm writing, I use a pen.
Have you ever used a fountain pen?
I've not really.
Let me tell you, it is one of the best experiences ever.
Yeah.
I'm a whore for good penmanship. Like, it like feels like you're, like every time you use it, it feels like you're signing $1 million contract.
I see.
Okay.
How many pens would you say that you've lost over your high school career?
Well, I know you've stolen like at least 4.
You're right.
78.
My numbers are reaching over 100.
Yeah.
Like 128.
Okay, if you were to get a tattoo right now, what would you get?
I would get a delta on my forearm.
For therefore?
No, change.
Oh, wait, yeah, delta's change and the 3 dots are therefore. Never mind. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. It's real lame and it's real white, but I like it.
Yeah, like...
Stu, if you could get a tattoo, what tattoo would you get?
I don't know. Like, people always ask me that, and I don't attach myself to anything that much just yet. Like...
That's why I want to get change on my arm.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. Then it transcends your current self, which is nice. I respect that as a tattoo choice. But I also want to get something that hasn't been done before at the same time.
I don't think Delta's been done a whole lot.
Yeah. The infinity sign has.
Yeah, it has.
That's the whitest thing you can get.
Well, that means forever. That's basically the opposite of my tattoo.
Yeah, okay. Good point.
Does that make my tattoo been done before?
No, I feel like you're subscribing more to the counterculture because of that.
That's what I do, yeah.
How do you feel about counterculture?
I'm very much counterculture. That's why I am the way that I am, because I don't like the culture we have.
I mean, I like counterculture for sure, but sometimes it feels like, have you ever talked to punk rockers?
Not really. I don't talk.
Well, like, they're always like, oh yeah, freedom and anarchy and stuff like that, and it's like better if we all like are against the culture because the culture is oppressive, but at the same time, themselves being against the mainstream culture are making a culture that is therefore oppressive. Yeah. Like, when they try to be anti-establishment, they in turn become an establishment.
Mm-hmm. You're establishing an anti-establishmental state.
Yeah, it can sometimes just be annoying and Yeah. YKK zippers.
What? KKY zippers? Or YKK zippers?
Yeah, how do you feel about them?
They've been around for a long time.
Yeah. And, like, the reason they've been around so long is because they've kind of got a monopoly on zippers because it's hard to make zippers and they do it the best and no one would rather get other zippers. So everyone is just like, hey, YKK, my boy, can I get some of your zippers? And they're like, yeah, sure. And they get money.
You see, Stuart's really messed up right now because it's the end of school. I'm just really messed up right now because I'm really messed up right now.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like life is just a series of struggles.
Yeah.
Every time you surpass one struggle, one replaces it.
That's kind of how it is. Life would get boring if we didn't struggle.
Yeah, that's a good point. What is... I don't know anymore. At one point, I thought I could learn guitar.
Yeah, I'll pick up the guitar. That's not our guitar.
Good point.
I never was actually under the delusion that I could learn how to play guitar.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you try to learn something, and then you find out it's not for you, and you don't want to quit because you're like, I'm not a quitter, but you're just unhappy doing it.
I'm sorry we're so depressing today, guys. I don't
know, man. Like, this is kind of a audio diary for me right now.
Yeah. This is definitely going to be out of the norm, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully, once we get settled into not having high school anymore, it'll be a happier podcast.
Yeah. We'll go on more adventures, and we'll have more stuff to talk about. For me.
Do you think I could get the rights to Peppermint as our...
That would be so cool.
I'm going to message the person who uploaded
Jack Stauber is pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm going to message him on YouTube and be like, hey, can I use your song Peppermint as the intro to our podcast?
That'd be lit.
I should start working harder on intros and things now that I don't have school anymore. I'm probably going to work a lot on my channel over the summer. I'll upload videos.
You can, I mean, vlogs.
I'm not going to vlog.
No vlogs? What about gaming?
I might upload some gaming videos. I do have OBS now.
Oh, yeah. OBS. What a great software. It's like Fraps, but free.
Yeah, and good.
And good.
I remember in the early days of my channel, I wanted to record Minecraft videos for YouTube.
Yeah, and how I couldn't afford Fraps, and my mom wouldn't buy it for me.
I downloaded the trial version of Fraps, and it only lets you record for 5 minutes.
Did everyone try to record Minecraft videos at one point?
I think everyone in our generation did.
Yeah, I feel like an undeniable fact of Gen Z life is at one point having tried to record Minecraft videos.
I think the thing is that, like, our generation, our seniors right now, we were starting to get to the point where we could use technology as the rise of Minecraft YouTube came.
Yes.
And that's how we wanted to be.
We wanted to be like our idols.
Heck, I still want to make YouTube videos now. I want to make content for people because it's what I enjoy doing.
Yeah, like, I was talking to my mother the other day, on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And she was giving me some advice because, like, I've been working on the screenplay stuff for a while now. Yeah. I'm trying to write a TV show.
Yeah, we're trying to write a TV show.
So, she was like, and one of the big part of, like, how you get a TV show made is you write the pitch, and you get a manager, and the manager gets you a pitch in front of a TV studio executives. But she's like, a big thing right now is people make their things with a small budget on YouTube, put it on YouTube, and if it gains popularity, TV studios will contact you.
Okay.
And I think that might be an interesting thing. Like, try to kickstart my TV show.
We could do that.
That would be cool. Because I want to create something. Like, I'm going to school for video game design.
Yeah.
But I also think TV would be cool, and I also think being a successful YouTuber would be cool.
Yeah.
I want to create something, Caleb.
I want to I want to become a pro Dota player. That's my biggest aspiration right now.
Well, at least you got no more school to interfere with your pro Dota career.
You know what? I'm going to make a go at it. That's what I'm going to do.
Make a what at it?
I'm going to make a go at it.
Nice.
Finna make a go at it. Finna bust a nut.
Finna bust a nut. Okay, so... Okay. How many hours a day do pro Dota players play?
8 or more.
8 or more?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, I guess when you're learning, it's probably... They practice a lot because it takes a lot of practice.
What if Dota 3 came out and you were just like, frick, now I gotta learn everything?
It probably won't be that big of a change from Dota 2 to Dota 3. Like, they might rework a few characters.
How does Dota 1 compare to Dota 2?
Well, Dota 1 was made in the Warcraft 3 engine.
Okay, good point.
Which means it wasn't standardized like it is these days, QWERTY, I guess. It was kind of like every character had a different set of buttons that you had to press to cast each spell.
Oof.
Yeah. It was a time.
It was a time.
I never really played it.
Like, I want to get good at Dota because I know I don't have the reaction speed of a melee player.
Yeah.
Or like a pro first-person shooter player. Like a pro Counter-Strike player, I should say. Pro Counter-Strike is stupid.
Yeah, it is. I don't like FPS games.
I feel like I would like them more if I was good at them.
I don't like FPS. I don't like first-person shooter games like COD and CS:GO, but I love Overwatch.
No, well, Overwatch is made by Blizzard.
Yeah, Overwatch kind of takes my favorite things from MOBAs and puts them into a first-person, fast-paced.
Yeah, like if you like let's look at game companies. Game companies like EA and Activision, they're not going to be making masterpieces.
Yeah.
They're going to be making passable things that will make a ton of money. Blizzard, on the other hand.
The thing I really like about Overwatch is that it's a good jumping point for a lot of people who haven't really played a whole lot of hero-based games.
Yeah.
So, like, before getting into Dota, if somebody were to play a lot of Overwatch, they would kind of understand the concepts.
Yeah.
Also, it's a fun game.
It's a fun game.
I got kind of good at it at one point in time.
Really?
Yeah.
Remember that, it could still be happening today, but remember that period in our lives when Minecraft was used to make a copy of every other game? Through use of servers, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool, though. I like that.
Like, I remember how someone recreated all of Silent Hill 2 in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Using like a downloadable map, and that was the coolest for me because I wasn't allowed to play Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, I think that was kind of a really good thing because if somebody wanted to play games on their computer, any computer can run Minecraft.
Any computer can
because
run
you can basically make Minecraft worse to make it run better.
I was considered I was taught the basics of computer science through Minecraft.
Yeah, I kind of learned the basics of coding.
With command blocks and redstone.
Yeah.
That was really cool. We've probably been over this, but I forget. Who was your favorite Minecraft YouTuber?
I do believe I enjoyed Jerome and Skydo's Minecraft, those boys.
Yeah.
We've been over this.
Yeah, we have.
Welcome to Caleb and Stuart Reminisce about the past for an hour.
We reminisce about our past, and we reminisce about the past of the podcast.
Yep, the pod past.
The pod past.
Oof.
Let's go back to the pod future.
So, Stuart, we need to talk about something that isn't depressing as hell today.
My dog died.
Stuart! I know, but I want to talk about something that isn't depressing as hell today.
Okay, my other dog is alive.
Okay, and he's a good boy.
He is a good boy.
He is a good boy.
He's black and white, and he's a pit bull terrier mix.
If you can hear me, Suggs, I love you, but...
I love you, Suggs.
I
would die for you.
So...
Okay, things to talk about that are happening.
You got anything going on in your life right now, Stu?
Just trying to, get my portfolio so I can, have money for college. Woohoo! Oh, happy thing. We went to Azada's today.
Yeah, we did. That was...
It's like Chipotle, but better.
That wasn't happy.
Well, okay, we're talking about not very happy things, but Azada's is a happy time because you get to stuff food in your face, and it's an immediate hit of dopamine to distract from your depressing life.
Stuart, I think you have a different way of dealing with things than I do.
Yeah, I eat. Big whoop.
Yeah.
But you never do that thing where you just stress eat? You never...
You know, that's never been my problem. The thing I usually do is I just, you've seen me depressed before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of stare into space and,
think.
Yeah. I don't do anything different, just I do everything a little more sadly.
Yeah, I fill my life with distractions. A happy note. Let's go on a happy note.
Happy note.
Ding! Okay. Happy note. Pamela Anderson, how do you feel about her?
I don't know.
Okay. David Hasselhoff, how do you feel about him?
He was okay.
Did you like him in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie?
He was pretty good.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah. That was the last time SpongeBob was good.
Yay!
Stuart,
okay, instead of being sad that SpongeBob isn't good anymore, let's talk about how SpongeBob was good. Why are we reminiscing about the past?
Because we have nothing else to do right now.
Okay,
we're about to leave high school.
Infant mortality rates in the world are the best they have ever been in years.
But people are still unhappy about it because they're never going to be happy about anything.
New Zealand exists.
New Zealand does exist. I like New Zealand.
Penguins are still alive.
There's sheep on New Zealand, and I like sheep.
Sheep are good. What if the singular of sheep was shoop?
What is?
It's sheep. It's sheep and sheep. But what if it was shoop, like goose and geese? I have one shoop, many sheep.
One shoop, many sheep. I feel like we're really just grasping for straws at this point.
Well, that's what this podcast is really about. It's the Trashfire podcast spirit. Grasp at straws until you have a topic. Until you have meaning.
Hey, can I borrow your shoop?
I would trade you my 4 oxen for 3 for 1 shoop.
1 shoop. 3 oxen for 1 shoop is pretty good deal.
I'm a shooperd.
Shooperd. You know what makes me mad is that the word shepherd is just a combination of sheep and herd.
Sheepherder.
Sheepherd.
I mean, that's how a lot of etymology works, where it's just like sheep, herd, sheepherd, shepherd. I'm not gonna spoil Game of Thrones. Never mind. That would be bad.
Yeah. All right, Stuart.
Yeah. When we look at our podcast, it's in terms of measures instead of seconds because I'm too lazy to change the settings on the computer. So we're 1,046 measures into our podcast. How does that feel?
It's longer than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're doing it during class today because we're all done with our classes.
Yep.
Oof.
What do you think the future is gonna look like? Oh, like, okay, 20 years from now, you are 38.
38, yeah.
What is the current state of technology?
So here's what I see. Either at the point when I'm about 30, there's going to be a war, and that's either going to put us way back as a species, or it's going to put us way forward in terms of technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just depends on whether we win or lose.
It depends on whether It kind of depends on what happens, because if it's a nuclear war type deal, we're going to be
well, then
set far
everyone
back.
loses.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone loses in a nuclear war. But if it's like a...
If we win, then... Like with World War II,
World War II set the world forward so far.
Yeah, we'll have the best economic time since like the 50s.
Also, our research will be
3D printing will be like
going strong.
beyond.
Yeah.
Cancer will probably be gone.
Probably not.
I mean, I don't know. Like in 20 years, I feel like cancer will be solved, if not just mostly solved.
I don't know. Cancer is a unique thing.
Well, like, with the advent of 3D printing and how people are being able to 3D print organs,
yeah,
I think that's pretty neat.
Like, we can replace lungs a little easier now.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if
like,
cancer...
I feel like if it's not solved, like, completely eradicated, I feel like we'll be able to just be like, oh, I can replace the broken parts of my body with new ones to make my life last 10 years instead of like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
So life expectancy, I feel, will increase. Like the life expectancy currently is 71. I feel like by the time we get to older, it will be either 0. Yeah. Or it will be like 140.
I get the feeling that our life expectancy isn't going to go far past 100.
Okay.
And here's why. Because the way the brain works, Alzheimer's is becoming more and more prevalent as we get older and older.
Why is that? Like, why is Alzheimer's big now and it wasn't? Like, I don't remember hearing about Alzheimer's and...
50, 60 years ago, you would live to like 70.
Okay, good point.
And Alzheimer's doesn't really become prevalent until you hit 80 or 80. Around 80 is when it becomes really prevalent. So I think our bodies will become less of an issue later on in life, and it's going to become more an issue of our brain, because our brain, we can't replace it and we can't fix it.
What do you think about the singularity?
The singularity?
Are you familiar with the singularity?
I don't assume you're considering the center of a black hole.
No, okay. So for Caleb and listeners that aren't familiar with the concept of the singularity, it's the point in time when we can upload our brains to computers and physicalness no longer matters.
So Chappie,
yeah.
So I've heard about that, just I've never heard it expressed as the singularity.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
Oh, yeah. But...
Because the thing is, I'm me right now. But if you take my me and you put it into a different body, it might still be my me for you, but my me might have ended.
But what if you were put into VR chat forever? You were uploaded permanently into VR chat.
But is it still going to be the same me?
Well, it will be the you right before you died.
But is
like if we talked about ethics, I feel like the way things are gonna eventually happen, if the singularity does come about, it will have to be like your mortal body will be cut off life support the moment you're uploaded to the singularity.
Okay, but that's not my issue.
Well, okay, but
so will it be like, so it's still going to be the same consciousness, right?
It will, like things.
No, that was rhetorical.
If you put all the neurons,
Stuart, that was rhetorical.
If you put all the neurons in your head and translated it into binary,
Okay, but that's not
you.
the point here.
Okay.
So it's still the same consciousness, right? Theoretically.
Theoretically.
But what if this me, even though my consciousness is being uploaded, what if my me it's a different me? Because it's in a different body.
Okay.
So it's like I've died, but my consciousness has lived on.
Basically, it's like making a clone of you that will be 99.99999% accurate to you.
Okay, but it's not going to be me.
It's not going to be you. Like you won't remember it, but people will still be able to talk to you.
But I don't want that.
Yeah. But
I don't like that. No.
But I feel, yeah, like if you think about it in terms of the spirit, like if you believe in spirit and ethereal forms, this sounds awful.
Yeah.
But I feel like if
I think about it in terms
if a version of me and a version of all my friends were uploaded, then I would be fine being immortal. Like, the only, like, when I think about immortality, I think that immortality would be cool if I was immortal with a bunch of friends, because the problem with immortality is you have to watch everyone die.
Yeah. I think the problem with immortality is that you have to watch the world move on from you.
Shit.
I'm sorry, guys. I really don't want to be like this. I just kind of am.
No, it's okay. It's part of you in the moment. It's part of the you that your brain is right now, and
who's
not
gonna
singularity.
Who's gonna remember the me as I am right now if we don't record it?
Exactly. Bless you. Double bless you.
Oh, that was a nice sneeze.
Sneeze to electric boogaloo.
Okay. Yeah, so happier topics.
What?
It was so lighthearted when we started.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we were happier the first episode.
Yeah. I don't know, it kind of...
Well, like, I feel like it fluctuates, I guess.
I fluctuate a lot. I fluctuate too much. I don't like it.
Gray.
I'm
50 Shades of fucked up.
Stop.
How do you feel about penguins?
I love penguins.
For the listeners at home, Google penguin.
I'll just put it as a thumbnail.
Good. It will be worth your time.
Because I haven't, the entire last episode is edited, but I haven't found a thumbnail for it, and I don't feel like making one, so I haven't uploaded the video yet.
Just, like, go to a Reddit board of cursed images. You'll find one eventually.
Oh, yeah, I could put a cursed image. That'd be good and fitting for the theme. I'll do that.
Yay!
It'll probably be up today. Yay. Probably not, let's be honest.
So, my mom, she's into the whole self-help books thing.
Oh.
She's like one of those people. Sometimes it can be annoying, but sometimes she'll give like somewhat good advice, and then I'll take it, and then it will be like a little bit better that day. Mm-hmm. One of the advices she gives is like from this book she read, The Power of Now, and it's like, she's like, live in the moment, like, be in your head in the moment where like nothing before matters, nothing in the future matters. The only thing that matters is right now, and you can't do anything to change the past, and you can't do anything to change the outcome of the future. You just have to live in the moment and do as you see fit right now. And I feel like that's a good way to distract from the unending void that will eventually become part of.
Okay, now that Stuart's gone on that, I'm going to talk about one of the few self-help things that I've ever actually, like... It's not like a self-help thing, I guess. It's more of a psychology thing.
Okay, yeah.
Alright. So, there's this thing. So, like, I don't know how much you deal with this, but, like, if you need to be calm in a moment, One of the things that physiologically we only yawn when we're calm, right?
Yeah.
And so I learned recently a way to trick your body into having the same feeling as when you yawn.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like that. It's like a physiological change.
So what you're going to do is you're going to put your tongue up to the right behind your top teeth in your mouth, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're going to breathe in for 5 seconds. And then you're going to hold it for 8 seconds. And then you're going to breathe out for another 5 seconds. With your... Yeah. And any viewers at home, you should try this because it legitimately works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel a little bit calmer.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
How do you feel about that thing where people are like, you should smile because it'll make you feel happier because it'll trick your body into being actually happy by smiling? You ever heard that one?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm psych.
It's one of those popular ones.
The thing about that is it's called the facial feedback effect, and it's realistically not making you any happier, but it will make your assessment of a situation happier.
Okay, so it just makes you stupid.
I'm really glad to ruin that for you guys. But, yeah, it's called the facial feedback effect. Look it up if you don't know about it. But basically, it makes you think you're happier.
Yeah.
But you're really not. Why am I like this?
Well, okay, because you're Caleb, and that's fine. You just gotta live in the moment, and things will eventually be over, and you'll move on to the next thing. And then those things, you don't have to worry about right now.
But I have to worry about all the things because I feel the need to consider not only my
Have you ever watched What About Bob?
No.
Oh. Well, there's this scene where there's this psychologist, and he's like super self-righteous about this book he wrote.
Yeah,
but the book it has like the hint of like good advice.
Okay.
Where the book is called Baby Steps.
Okay.
So you got to take every big part of your life and put it into smaller chunks, and then you can eventually make it through eventually. So this day, like, I had to get up, go to school, and I realized it was the last day of school.
Yeah.
So instead of, like, having to get up, I have to, like, wake my body up, brush my teeth, get dressed. And if I only focus on getting dressed in that one instance, it will make it feel just a little bit better because I don't have to worry about later in the day when I have to say goodbye to people I'll never see again.
Stuart, that's not helpful to me.
Well, you just gotta focus on the now.
But I focus on the late game and not the early game.
You know what, Caleb?
What do you want to do?
Class is almost over.
Yeah, I know it is.
Let's try our best to leave on a happy note.
Okay.
Today we saw a caterpillar.
A caterpillar. Yeah, that caterpillar actually made me happy for a few minutes. That was good.
He was green, he was small, and we named him Sven.
He was a good boy. He was hanging from a tree and we were just walking by and I picked him up.
His name was Sven. He likes leaves. He likes trees. He likes outdoors.
He was my friend.
He was all our friends. Sven lives in all of us today, even though we might not see him
ever again.
We might see him in the next life, though. We might see him in the singularity.
No, we won't, because they don't have time to upload.
I'm gonna make sure they upload Sven's consciousness to the internet.
Sven will be dead in like a week.
But you know what's gonna happen before he dies? He's going to become a beautiful butterfly.
Sven was a silkworm, Stuart.
He's gonna become a beautiful silk boy.
Silky boy.
Silky boy. And everyone's gonna love him, and he's gonna change silkworm culture forever. Yeah. And that's what we have to try to be like Sven. Because Sven knows what's going on.
Sven lives in us all.
Sven lives in us all.
Sven's a better being than I.
Well, Sven wouldn't want you to say that, Caleb. Because Sven knows you're better than that. Sven thinks you're the greatest, and Sven thinks you're perfect the way you are.
He probably just thinks I'm some weird thing.
Well, you know what? You know who does think you should you're perfect the way you are? Mr. Rogers. This is the time you say shit you write. Even though Mr. Rogers is dead, he lives in all of us, and he thinks you're perfect just the way you are. And so Mr. Rogers and Sven will be happy to know that, Caleb, you are great the way you are. And I feel like that was a happy enough note for us to end off of.
Okay. Well, everybody, this has been the Trashfire podcast. I'm sorry I'm so sad today.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of sad too.
Okay. Well, so...
In Sven's name we say... Amen.
Goodbye, recording booth. We're moving on to the next plane.
Goodbye, recording booth.
It's been a trip.
It's been a trip.
Goodbye, everybody.
Love you.